When you think of a dogfight, what comes to mind? For me, it's old black and white footage, two planes in tight formation, propellers spinning, planes dancing in the clouds. You see the pilot, goggles on, head on a swivel, trying to get behind the other guy. It was visceral, gutsy work. A ballet of mechanics and nerve. The pilot with the steadiest hand. The pilot with the sharpest eye. It was a dirty job, fought at close quarters, cannons, machine guns, a contest of skill, courage, horsepower, played out thousands of feet up. One mistake and you were done. Personal, almost intimate. That classic image is powerful, burned into our memory. But that kind of fight is becoming a relic, like a blacksmith hammering a horseshoe versus a modern robotic assembly line. The job remains, controlling the sky, but tools and techniques have changed beyond recognition. A leap forward that redefines air combat. The pilot is no longer just a pilot, a systems manager, a network administrator, a battlefield commander. The skies today and tomorrow are a different beast. A digital battlefield, an invisible web of data, sensors, silent, deadly calculations. The fight isn't won by the pilot who can pull the tightest turn. It's won by the one who sees the enemy first, from hundreds of miles away. The modern fighter is less a plane and more a flying supercomputer, wrapped in a stealthy, weaponized package. A testament to human ingenuity and terrifying. This shift didn't happen overnight. A slow, methodical crawl of innovation from canvas and wire. Each generation got a little faster, a little higher, a little deadlier. But the leap to sixth generation is different. A complete reinvention. From physical confrontation to information dominance. The most important weapon isn't the missile, it's the data. Whoever has the best data holds all the cards. So what makes these next-generation jets so different? Different from the planes my dad or granddad might have seen? It's not just one thing. It's a whole suite of technologies bolted together to create something entirely new. First and foremost, stealth. Modern stealth is about managing your entire signature. Radar, infrared, noise. The jet's sound signature. The goal is to be a ghost. Fly through enemy territory completely undetected, launch your weapons, and be halfway home before the other side even gets an alarm bell. Then, the brains of the operation. Computers so advanced they make your laptop look like a pocket calculator. Onboard systems constantly crunching numbers, fusing data from dozens of sensors into one clear picture for the pilot. Jet radar, infrared sensors, electronic warfare systems, pulling in data from satellites, from friendly drones, from ground troops. From other jets hundreds of miles away. The jet isn't just an aircraft, it's a node in a massive interconnected network, a team player sharing everything it sees. Of course, a fighter jet is no good without its teeth. The weapons on these new planes are smarter than ever. Missiles that can change targets mid-flight, weapons that fly for hundreds of miles navigating on their own to find a specific target, directed energy weapons, lasers. Disable an enemy missile or drone with a silent, invisible beam of light. Sounds like sci-fi, but engineers are tackling it now. And finally, the engine. You can't just slap a new computer into an old airframe and call it a day. These new jets require revolutionary engines, incredibly powerful to reach high speeds, incredibly efficient to stay aloft for long durations, and stealthy, managing massive heat signatures. Engineers are developing adaptive cycle engines. Engines that change modes on the fly, high performance to fuel-sipping crews. It's a tough job, but someone's got to figure it out. With all this new technology, the job of the pilot has fundamentally changed. In the old days, a pilot's attention was almost entirely focused on flying the plane. They were constantly checking gauges, managing fuel, physically maneuvering the aircraft to get a shot. Their brainpower was spent on the mechanics of flight. It was a demanding, hands-on job that required a specific kind of skill. You had to feel the plane, become one with the machine, push it right to the edge without losing control. That connection between man and machine was everything. Today the jet does a lot of that work for the pilot. Advanced flight controls and automation handle the moment-to-moment task of staying in the air. The pilot doesn't have to worry as much about stick and rudder skills. This frees up their brain to focus on a bigger, more complex task: managing the battle. The pilot has become less of a driver and more of a CEO. Their job is to process a fire hose of information, make strategic decisions, direct the weapons and sensors at their command. It's a shift from physical to cognitive. Think of it this way. The pilot sits at the center of a web. Data flows in from all directions, painting a picture of the entire battlefield. Their helmet display shows where the bad guys are, where the good guys are, where the threats on the ground are, the best path to get the job done. They aren't just flying, They're commanding a small piece of the war. They might direct a drone to take a closer look, or tell a missile to hit a target their wingman spotted. This new role requires a different kind of person and training. It's no longer enough to be the best stick and rudder pilot. You must be a master strategist, a quick-thinking problem solver, able to stay calm while juggling many tasks. The pilot's job is to make sense of the chaos, to see patterns in the data, anticipate the enemy's next move, and use their aircraft's power to stay one step ahead. The fight is won, not in a high-G turn, but in the pilot's mind, minutes before the first missile leaves the rail. This technological revolution isn't happening in a vacuum. It's a full-blown global competition. For as long as there have been fighter pilots, there has been the concept of the wingman. Your partner in the sky, the person who watches your back. It's a sacred trust. But in the future, your most reliable wingman might not be a person at all. It will likely be a drone or a whole squadron of them, not the big slow drones you see on the news. Smaller, jet-powered, semi-autonomous drones flying alongside manned fighters. Collaborative combat aircraft, CCAs, robotic wingmen, game changers. For one, they are expendable. A human pilot takes years and millions to train. Losing one is a tragedy. A drone is a machine. It can be sent into the most dangerous parts of the sky. Let's peer over the horizon, say 10 or 20 years from now. I think the biggest change will be the full realization of the human-machine team. The pilot will be less of a hands-on operator and more of a mission commander, a true battlefield conductor. Imagine a pilot flying a sixth-generation fighter. The pilot's helmet will be their entire world. The AI co-pilot will be a constant presence. It will handle the thousands of tiny decisions that need to be made every second, freeing up the human pilot to focus on the big picture, the creative, strategic thinking that humans still do best. Looking back, it's incredible to see how far we've come. From wood biplanes, fabric-covered biplanes, to stealthy fighters thinking machines that can command robotic armies. It makes you wonder, what's the next big jump? The next great frontier might be moving beyond the air itself. The work is already underway on hypersonic technology. People will still get their hands dirty, tackle the impossible, and get the job done. The work, as always, continues.